Hi guys, it's Angry Mom Claudia back at you finally after my long break, after my move, after my remodel of my space. I'm finally back. Okay, I'm not fully set up in the room yet. You know, my board's not done, my shoot room's not done, but I have to get going. My store's been idle for way too long, and I've actually been trying to kind of get it back up to snuff and been doing some hardcore listing. I had my mom here helping me. If you don't know, she's my VA. She helps me with all of my listings and sharing my Poshmark closet and all of the other little intricacies of the business. As far as items that I have here in Maryland, I ship those. She has items down in South Carolina. She ships those out for me. And we kind of work it like that. It's just been super crazy around here. Not only did I move from New York to Maryland, we've had some business and things that we've been having to go back and forth. Our kids are back up in New York at college now, which adds a whole new level to us because we've always had at least one of our children around to help with our younger son who has special needs. And because they both go to school 3 states to 4 states away, back in New York, we don't have that help. So it's just me and my husband. So it just a little more taxing on our time. We don't have grandparents near. We don't have family. We don't have friends around. We do have a friend that just moved down here to the Maryland area, but he's also very busy, and he's never like watched our kids before. So it's kind of very, it's a very like convenient to be like, hey, you want to come watch a 12-year-old special needs child? Anyway, so it's just a bunch going on, but I feel now like I'm kind of back. My business is kind of progressively picking up to the point where I'm starting to source again. I'm starting to do a lot more of those business things in routine. So now I feel like I can come back to YouTube, kind of give it the energy that it needs. Anybody who does YouTube will tell you, YouTube is a grind, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. You don't have to, you put out one video and just be automatically successful. It's something that you have to dedicate your time to and provide quality content. And if I wasn't doing that, then I wasn't going to be sharing with you. I'm going to be posting some of the backstory of this room and how it all came together, and then pieces that I purchased to kind of just get me through, and setting up some of the shelving, some of the supplies, and some of the future things that I'm going to be getting just to kind of get me going and really just get me to that next level of just starting, because it's almost kind of like taking a step back to go forward. And that's going to take a little time for me to cultivate some links and things like that I'll be sharing with you guys, and things that I'm doing to kind of help myself. So that's pretty much what I've been, I have a script. If you see me looking down, I just have a little script just to keep me on task, because I want to keep these videos concise and with really good information. I want to share with you some of my big bolos recently and what sold overnight. So also, I just wanted to talk about YouTube. I don't want this to be kind of dragging my business side down, where I'm not doing the deals and going out and sourcing as I should be. So I'm going to try to do these all in one take without edits for a little bit, because I'm not an editor. It's going to take me a little bit of time to kind of figure out the editing process. I was just getting started on that before we decided to move down here, and then it just became, you know, it's another thing that just had to go because I just don't have the time. So you're going to be seeing like the real raw. People are going to walk in. My kids are going to walk in. My dog is going to come in and be in the shot, and he's going to be in my way when I'm trying to pack. And you're kind of going to see all of that because it's real life, right? People want to see real life. So let me just get to what sold last night overnight while I was sleeping. This was really good. I had a purchaser, a buyer, message me about these shoes right here. These are Nike Air Max. They have a yellow colorway. I couldn't find the colorway online currently. I know when I got these shoes, probably about 6 to 8 months ago, at this point, 6 to 8 months, there was a bunch of these online for sale, and also comps. But when I went to comp them now, because I finally had my mom come and we tore through my death pile, I think I only have like 30 items left to go through, which, you know, I'm starting to do that. But anyway, there wasn't a lot of comps for these. And these specific shoes with the specific colorway. So the gentleman told me he was still interested, and they do have a slight flaw. I mean, they're a little dingy, and it's starting to peel away here. But if you take it to like a shoe repair, this is a very, you know, it's a very quick repair. And, you know, it does need a better cleaning than what I did. And this is just how it is. He was willing to take them as is. We had a discussion on Messenger on eBay, so he's very clear that he knows that these have flaws, but they're still in really good condition and not a lot of crease marks, if you can see here. And they need to clean up, but pretty much they're great shoes. So I sold those for $80, free shipping. I was trying to get to the $100 where they don't charge you the fees, but it just wasn't happening because those have condition issues. So you can probably do that on better things, but it's just time to let things go. And as a reminder, my store was closed for months, and it wasn't really closed. It was closed for about 3 weeks, and then it was open. And anybody who knows, if you close the store down completely with nothing, you know, no kind of, you know, I can ship in 3 days and your shipping and your handling time is nothing, then you're pretty much basically just shut your store down and you have to start from scratch. So that's what happened. And it really took me a long time. And then I had to bring everything out of this room to have the paint and the flooring done. And then I had to bring it all back. And while I didn't close my store for that, it just makes it very difficult when you're running around trying to find everything. And I've had some great shipping days lately because I've been putting in the work and putting in the listings to bring my stores back up to snuff. So, it's not that I'm taking every offer, but I'm taking decent offers. If they're like 10% off my pricing, if they're taking 10% off my lowest, you know, I'm really just kind of working the stores and working the closets to drive more interest and push things out. I'm sending out coupons from eBay. I'm sending out great offers on Poshmark. You know, I'm reducing prices where possible, so I still make a profit. I have very little into my inventory. And when I say very little, I mean very little. This particular shoes, I got them at a Salvation Army. They were marked $9.99, and with the day that I went in and found them, they were half off that day. So I ended up paying, was it $4.99, $5 for these, $5 for these, and to turn them into 80. Or after taxes, 60, after all fees and everything, 60 some odd dollars. I'm going to take that all day long. I'm not going to hold out for crazy profits right now because I just can't. First of all, I'm not a warehouse. I'm not looking to store things. I'm looking to ship and move. For me right now, it's about making great numbers every single day. And the second thing that sold overnight was this shirt. It's a vintage third rail shirt made in the USA, and I sold it for $25. I've been in my store for over a year, and it was just time to go. And those are things that sold just overnight. Now, I've had some other great sales. I've been working my eBay store in a couple of different ways, and I'll share this one particular with you. I had a Yamaha K640 stereo cassette deck, and that originally was listed in the 60 to 70 range plus shipping. And the way that it looked, I think buyers get scared when they have to worry about shipping on items that are so big. So one of the things that I went in and did, and I think this was originally listed by my mom, my VA. So I must have not seen this when I was kind of approving it. But when I went back in and I looked at comps and trying to figure out why this has been sitting so long, let me take a look. So I saw that some prices were higher on the unit. And then they embedded in some shipping on top of that. And I ended up just kind of finding a sweet spot in the middle. I priced it at $110, charging $20 shipping as a flat rate. And that's how I decided to go with that. And it sold within 5 days of me changing the pricing around. So it's something that you may want to look at in your business. So going from 60 to 70 and betting some shipping, it did ship out at that, I think it was $20 and change on UPS. UPS, obviously, you know, the rates are a little bit cheaper and they have some sales going on. So that's how we ran that sale. And you really have to look at everything. Some things you're going to kind of lower the price a little bit that they've been sitting, sending out offers, doing sales in your store. If you're not doing sales in your store, you're missing out on an opportunity just to kind of get at least some looks, some watchers, some interest in your store, and you might sell a few things. I don't have a lot in my eBay. I have under 1,000 items, but I'm growing that every single day. I hope to continue to grow that. And I'm sending out offers on anything that's been over at my store in increments. So anything that's in my store over 90 days, anything that's in my store over 120 days, 180 days, 360, you know, like those are the criteria, those are the tiers, and then each tier gets a different percentage amount. And that's how I do the sales on eBay. And I learned that from another YouTuber. I really can't remember which one. It might have been Kat the Nurse Flipper, or it might have been Shed Flips Lonnie, going through and showing us how to do that. Those are really great reseller pages. If you are not watching them, you should be. They give great tips and bolos. There's so many people out there doing so many things. And how do I provide different content? I'm just a mom at home trying to earn money for my family. And I'm just showing you the basics on how to get started. This isn't one of those high, not yet anyway, fingers crossed, those high selling, reselling YouTube content creators, not yet, but I'm trying to get there. And my page is dedicated to how to start, how to use things around you to make money today, and then grow that business to become a larger scale. And that way you can earn a full-time living off it. Before I was moving, before I knew I was moving, I was doing $2,000 to $3,000 a month profit. And then because of the situation of us moving different states and having difficulty finding a home that required me to travel a lot, my business suffered. So as the year progressed, I lost money, but I'm not my sole provider for my family, luckily, and I was able to, I had the privilege to be able to scale back a little bit. At the same time, I still help my mom, so figure that out. I pay my mom a salary every single week. So that's what I did. And now I am going to be grinding and rebuilding my business to get to where I was 9 months ago. So I hope to take you along for that journey. But that's it for me for now. Thanks so much for joining. And I will see you guys again. I have so many things that I want to share with you. How to set up a new business, how to set up all your different supplies, all these different things that I want to share with you. So make sure you come back. I'm also going to be curating a product for Amazon, hopefully within the next few months, and I'll take you along for that journey. So stick with me. I've got a lot of things in the pipeline, and I definitely want to take you along with me. Thanks so much. See you soon.